Hello. Oh, excited to see people. Sarah's here, Jen's here, Kathleen's here. Good evening, ladies, or good morning, good afternoon for some of you. Good afternoon or good evening for the others. Good to see you here. And for those that are watching this later, welcome to Horizon Crochet. My name is Kelly. And we are all about trying new things here or trying to learn new things here in crochet. I am a relatively new, well, I've been crocheting for a year and I love to try new projects. So I'm trying to, well, that's not necessarily true. I want to challenge myself to love to try new projects because I love what I see out there and I want to try them all. So welcome, and I'm glad you're here with us. Hey, Kathleen, good to see you. So I'll give you an update of what I managed to do last evening, because I was with you live just a couple, well, not even 24 hours ago, I think. So we have the one that this is my goal to get to, and then I'll do the connecting parts after I get to these parts. So this is the granny squares that we are working on. And what I've done to make it a little bit easier for myself is I'm doing it in stages now. So, and I made sure that my ends are nice and long, as you can see, so I don't do what I did yesterday. And I've gone ahead and made a couple of other magic circles. So I'm going to focus on the puff stitch. And I now have figured out I need 8 granny squares. And I'm going to make 4 with this dark blue center. That's why I have 3 more here. And then I'm going to make 4 with this sky bluish color. And again, this is Lion Brand recycled and Woolies yarn. So I'm going to alternate it a little bit. So it looks like on the tote bag, dark blue, light blue, dark blue, light blue on both sides. So I've got a plan, a vision. It's coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that, but I have to give you guys a little bit of something that I thought was interesting. I went to the Furls website because I love Furls hooks, probably too much so. My bank account does not love Furls hooks, but I love them. And I went to their website and Amazon, and you cannot find any metal streamline hooks on Amazon.ca. I'm going to make sure I say .ca. I did not check .com. I should do that. And I also checked the Furls website, and there are no size 8s. I think that's the letter M. And I thought that was really interesting in just the streamlined metals. If you go to the Woods or the Odysseys, you'll find 8s on their website. But that tells me that Amazon orders are pulling from Furls directly. And so I emailed Furls and I said, hey, I love the size 8 and I want to get another one. I don't even care what color it's in, but I like the metal streamlines. So I reached out to them and the response was fine, but interesting. They said, we may, I thought it was interesting that they said, may get these in stock again. They didn't say they would. They didn't say they wouldn't, but they said may. And I kind of made my heart go, oh my gosh, don't take away my favorite hook. And they told me that they didn't have an expected date of when I should expect to see more on their website, but to select the feature that says notify me. So I've gone ahead and I've done that. Now, of course, they pointed out that that doesn't reserve one hook for you. That just makes sure you get an email when they're back in stock. But I thought that was interesting. I really thought that their wording was interesting. I can't think of a reason, as such a big seller that the streamlined metal hooks were, that they would stop making them. But they've shook my confidence by saying may. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would that make you nervous too? I just love them so much. Sarah, I need to give you back the 8 mil. No, you don't have to. I have 2. I just like to hoard them. But if you're not using it, I'll take it back. But don't feel like you have to, because I'm being it's not like I don't have one, Sarah, so don't worry about it. But I did think that was really interesting that Furls put that on their website. And it just made me a little nervous. I was like, ooh, what does May mean? I guess they can't ever say for sure that they're going to get them back in stock, but I would be pretty darn close to being able to say for sure we'll get it back. I haven't followed up, and I don't think I really need to. They provided some great information. They also have something else on their website that's new, and again, Furls is pricey, okay? But they have this new display case thing, and I was looking at it, and I'm going to get somebody to make me one like it. I'm all about trying to find a cheaper option, and I'll put a link in the chat, and you tell me what you think. This is the display case. I put a link in the chat that'll take you to their new display case, and I love furls, and I can appreciate hanging something on the wall for decoration, but I gotta tell you, if I was gonna buy that many furls, I would want to be using them. I don't know if I could just let them sit there on display. So that's something that I thought was really interesting today. Two things that I found out. It's too unwieldy for me. I can't use above 7 of that style hook. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll take it back, no problem. And I know you have more now, so but yeah, not everybody likes the larger size hooks, but I'm a big fan of them. So but anyway, I thought the display case was very interesting, and I know Furls tends to be on the higher end price wise, but I don't know, if I spent that much money on a set of furls, I don't think I'd want to just hang them on the wall. I'd want to use them, right? I don't know. What do you ladies think? Would you get a whole set of furls and just leave them on your wall to display? Maybe it's got easy access to take them out and use them. I don't know. I just I'd want to use them too much. They're very pretty. This is true. So they deserve a display case. I just don't know if I would spot that much money for one. Anyway, so those were my two updates. Where are the size 8 streamlined metal hooks? And they've come out with a new display case, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to work on today and what I wanted to share with you all today. And also, I have a couple of questions for you all. If you want to participate in a game, it's not really a game, but it's not a contest. Everybody will have their own answers. There are no wrong answers. And you finish a sentence for me in the way that you would finish it. So I'll give you one as an example. You know you crochet too much when, and then you finish that sentence in the best way for you. So I'm really curious of what some of your answers might be. And if you're busy crocheting, hey, that's fine too. I just am a very curious person, and I like to I don't know, I just love talking about crochet and everything around it. Take a drink of my tea here. So how is everybody? What are you ladies working on today? Any special projects? Finishing up anything? Starting something new? I'm going to keep working on these granny squares, but I think I'm going to do a blue one and balance it out. I want to see what it's going to look like against each other, because this one is variegated, right? It changes colors like this one did. So some will be variegated and some will be solid. But yeah, what are you ladies working on today? Or what have you been up to? just pulled out my next mosaic blanket. Ooh. What kind of yarn are you going to use, Kathleen? Sarah's tired, couldn't sleep last night, working on more washcloths. Oh no, Sarah. I feel you. It's so frustrating when you can't sleep, and then you get stressed about not sleeping, which makes it even harder to sleep, right? Doing 3 chains here. It's always hard getting started. Sarah and I got an exciting email. I think I told some of you that we were going to start a crochet group in our local area, and we are really excited about it. And I think we decided where we're going to hold it. Called a couple of different places, contacted a couple of different places, and we're going to do a get together monthly at a local library near us. And I think we're going to finalize and sign the agreement on hopefully Friday, and start to get that planned and put together the marketing material for it. I love all that kind of stuff, putting the marketing material and planning it. Kathleen's going to use for her mosaic blanket DK weight and anti-pilling for the main color, and a color fusion for the picture. Ooh, that's really pretty. That's going to be pretty. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be exciting. I keep trying to do double crochets here when I'm trying to make puff stitches. This yarn is a little more loose. It's not wound as tightly, so it's interesting. I'm curious of how this is going to work out with a puff stitch, because it is less tightly wound. How is it? And it's also a bit thicker, being recycled yarn. So I'm really curious how this is going to play out, and I might be switching yarns really quick. We'll see. I might have to switch because it's so much looser. We shall see, though. It's trying to do its thing. Very nice. I was going to ask if you found a place. We absolutely did. We found a place, and because we're not going to charge people to attend the meetings, they've even cut us a deal. It's really fortunate. We'll see how it goes for the first 3 months, I think, and we're not going to start until June, I think. Sarah, is that right? I think we decided on. And they said that we can bring in our own drinks, refreshments if we want to, which is great. And I'm excited. Wow, this is really thick. This is a big puff stitch with this yarn, but it's working. It's just very big. I wonder if it's almost going to be unbalanced. We'll see. We'll do a round, trying new things. Yeah, I thought it would be I thought it would be June. I thought that's what we settled on. Hi Nitty. Nittyad, how are you? Good to see you. What are you working on today, Nittyad? Wow, that puff stitch. I know, right? It's a serious puff stitch. By the time I'm done, I'm curious if I'm going to have to not do. So we'll see. I'll show you the next one when it's done. Hi, Bon Bon. Good to see you. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pull off this live, working all day and then doing a live afterwards, but I think it's going to work out. I think I'm going to start with Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think those will be my start days. If I need to adjust the schedule, I'll do so, but I will be back this week, Wednesday, around 7:30. And I'll schedule it ahead of time so it's in there. Are you working on anything today, Bon Bon? Are you knitting or crocheting today? These are some serious puff stitches. Look at I always wondered why they call them puff stitches. Now I know. Like I mentioned, this is the first time I've ever done a puff stitch. A couple of days ago was the first time, at least. Hi, Barb. Hello, Grandma. Crochet Corner. I'm working on my puff stitches with some massive yarn over here. Bon Bon, I'm still working on my re-knitting this blanket. Hey, it doesn't go in a day, right? It's all about progress and trusting the process. I need to set up my yarn winder. These are some serious puff stitches I was just showing everybody, Barb. They're furry. They almost have, because this is recycled yarn that I'm using from Lion Brand, they almost have like a halo effect to them. I'll show you in just a second. But there's some serious puff stitches there. So Sarah's working on washcloths. Bon Bon's working on her re-blanket. I like how you say re-blanket. Kathleen's working on a blanket. Barb, what are you working on? And then I'll let you sit back and relax and crochet, as I know you have a busy evening ahead of you. I'm working on a cowl as you are. The same. Nice. It's your cowl I'm working on. I'm curious of, you're making a blanket out of it, right, Barb? And here I said I was going to leave you alone so you could crochet, and I keep asking you questions. That was weird. Let's try that again. There we go. I've added on, so for those of you that missed it, I'll show you the colors. I'm definitely sticking to my blues, my tans, and creams. And I'm switched to this Lion Brand Recycle yarn. So I created a bunch of these, and with the variegated yarn, and then I switched it up. For this one, I'm doing some of these, some solid ones with this sky blue color yarn. Yeah, blanket, I need 25 to 30. And you're going to use size 4 yarn. That's a And the more I do a puff stitch, the easier it gets. It always seems like in the beginning it's a struggle to get the hook through the loops. But as soon as I do 3 or 4 of them, then it just is nice and smooth and I can go ahead and flow right through them. Yeah, I'm using, the bitty stripes. I like those. I saw some on sale the other day. I didn't pick it up only because it was only one color of the bitty stripes that was on sale, and I really wanted the rainbow one. Really wanted the rainbow. So yeah, I have a few questions, and if you want to participate, you're more than welcome to. If you're busy crocheting or knitting, yarning, we're all yarning together. Let me see. 3, 4, 5. I gotta go in one more time. So if you know you crochet too much, when, fill that blank for your experience with crochet. So you know you crochet too much when. I could answer this really quick, really fast. I crochet too much when I have a crochet bag or 2 in every room. Every room. Well, not the bathroom, but don't test me. I wouldn't do that, but it'd be tempting. When you dream about it, Sarah says, oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I'm not dreaming about crochet yet, but I don't think it would take much to get me there. So you crochet too much when. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that when you dream about it. I dream about work. I crochet too much when I have a bag. Even in the car, I have a bag. Kathleen, I'm counting my steps, counting when I'm doing my housework, counting when I'm walking. Kathleen's turned into a human calculator because of crochet. I crochet too much when I wake up snoring with the yarn and food is making a mess in my hands, having fallen asleep. Oh my goodness, I can imagine. I would just drop everything. I'd find everything just sitting on my lap. I haven't fallen asleep crocheting yet, but I do fall asleep. I mean this in the best of ways, Barb, but you put me to sleep, and not in a bad way. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Anybody else? You crochet too much when. 1, 2, 3, 4, Hey Jen, good to see you. Did you post a video yet today, Jen? Two, three, four, five, six, seven. All right, I guess it will work, the blue. It's not too bad. And I think it'll look better once I add the next row onto it. I think it passes. No, not yet? Okay. I just went right from work to my live, so I wasn't sure if I missed it yet or not. You've been busy. Oh, what you been up to today, Jen? I know I've been crocheting too much when I wake up and realize my hands are moving as if I'm crocheting, but no hook or yarn is involved. I love that, Bonbon. That's great. Going through the motions, right? If we could crochet in our sleep, that would be fantastic. Doctor's appointment, don't want to talk about it. Okay, Jen, understood. We're thinking of you, though. All right, so another question. Finish this sentence if you feel like it. I only went to the craft store for, and then you finish the rest of the sentence. I only went to the craft store for. I can finish this one. This one for me would be, I only went to the craft store for paint and I fell in love with yarn and hooks and needles and everything in between. Hi, Gabby. Welcome to Horizon Crochet, Gabby. We're playing a little bit of a game. You finish the sentence, and it's all related to crochet in some way, shape, or form, or most of them. If you I only went to the craft store for, but finish that sentence. What is the most likely in your case? Tying in my end here since I finished this row. Stitch markers came home $179 later. So you went to the craft store for stitch markers. What did you end up getting, Kathleen, or is it just a general overall hypothesis? I always go for yarn and get more than I went for. Absolutely. Me too. I went in the craft store for one skein and left with 5. Were they on sale, though? I think that's excusable if it was on sale. I always go in for one, and I say, I only need one just to finish this project. And then I have, I only went to the craft store for one skein, but all my friends followed me home. But all of his friends followed me home. That's great. That's good. I almost, has anybody, well, I could ask questions all day long. Has anybody ever bought like a pack of yarn and like a bundle of 10? Do they even do that? I imagine they do at some big yarn websites, discount yarn sites. Isn't that great? All his friends followed me home. All those bad influences on us. All right, how about this one? The most dangerous words in crochet are... What is the most dangerous words in crochet? And that could be serious or it could be silly. Me? Buy one, get one free. Or buy one, get one half off. That's more than one word though. But that's okay. It can be more than one word. So what is the most dangerous words in crochet? Got that one. Next stage, on to that one. Miss when Michaels would have the mill end bags. Haven't seen them in years. Huh. Interesting. Sarah and I are going to see on your local yarn shop day. We're going to see a yarn mill. They're going to be there with a bunch of items that I'm sure are going to tempt me to buy them. Grandma says trembles, a lot of them. Kathleen, oops, and uh-oh. The most dangerous words. That's great. My debit card was going to be the other thing. My dangerous words, my debit card. I always expect my bank to call me as soon as I make a yarn purchase. All right, so I'm going to make another blue one again. Even it out, I think. I just put it away. Only school grade acrylic yarn. They're very kind, they're cheap kind. Here they sell them in like packs of 5, but at most it's like 30 grams a skein. Wow. I bought it not too long ago for some plushies I was making, since it was cheap. Yeah. Only 30 grams a yarn. That's interesting. That's really small. What is this one? This one is, just for a comparison, this is 170 grams. So that 30 is pretty small, isn't it? You could almost, when we were in a local yarn shop a week ago, I guess it was, they had little skeins of yarn and they connected them all together into like a garland, and it was so cute. It was tempting, but I was like, that's some expensive garland. I'm sure it was like a display or something like that, but it was adorable. It was just little yarn skeins like this big. Ugh, I did it again. I keep trying to, let's see if I can fix it. Can I fix it? Oh, there we go. Okay, now put your hand down, Kelly. It was the cutest little skeins, and it was yarn garland, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would wrap my Christmas tree in that in a heartbeat. Sarah says, when we used to go to US shopping as a kid, my mom used to joke that her wallet used to tremble when we got close to the old store chains, Hills. Nice. Yes. Gabby says, they sell them that small for school supplies. Schools here ask for them, so kids use them for arts and crafts. I'm curious, how much are they that tiny, though, if you don't mind me asking? Since they're so small and very cheap material, they sell them dirt cheap. Interesting. And what size are they usually? Is it like a 4 or smaller, Gabby? Oops, what am I doing? But it is kind of neat, though, that the schools pick them up. Do they actually teach crafts with the yarn? Yarn over, lift it high, yarn over, lift it high, and then pull it through. Oops, right off the hook, it flew through so fast that time. And then chain. The ones we saw in the yarn store were pretty small. They were just so adorable. And for those that are curious, Sammy comes back from vacation tomorrow. I know a couple of people have asked, who's Sammy? Sammy's at Yarn Over Hook, and she goes live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursday for members, and Sunday. Anna Lynn! Hello, Anna Lynn. You just made my night. Love your crochet. Well, I love you. How about that? Sarah's in here too, Anna. We're making granny squares, but sunburst granny squares today. So I'm learning to work in the round, Anna, and I learned how to do a puff stitch. That was my stretch of the week, to learn something new. Pull through and chain. Gabby says a round of four. I haven't actually measured, so not exact length. At school they use it for stuff like decorating cards, doing small stuff like that, so they don't need much. That is adorable, Gabby. I'm so glad to hear that they still have an arts and crafts program at your school. Not all schools do anymore. I was lucky enough when I was going through school, we had a fine arts program, and I loved it. I took it for 3 years when I was in high school, so I think that's awesome that they have that program. Anna, Sarah, and I were just talking about how we're putting together a local yarn group, and we're going to meet at the library that's not too far from you, actually. And we're going to meet monthly. And we would love to have you there if you have the time. I know you guys are super busy, but I'll reach out to you and get you the information. So I think it's time for another question. The reason I really keep scraps is The real reason I keep scraps is I know, I think it was yesterday, I asked everybody what they do with their yarn scraps, but what do you really keep them for? Is there some secret, or is there some oddball thing you didn't mention? Or, like, I like yarn scraps just because I love the way they look in a jar. It's not very productive and very useful, but I would love to get one of those old glass cookie jars, transparent glass, and just put a bunch of the yarn scraps in it, cut them up into different pieces, and add all the different colors. All the different colors. That would make my heart happy. Maybe I'll do that. I've been not doing it because it feels like a waste, but if it brings me joy, right? Anna says, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Cool. Gabby says, that sounds cool. I would love to, but I'm not in the US. Gotcha. Sarah, I'm too lazy to throw them out. That's the real reason Sarah has yarn scraps is because she won't throw them away. Yarn scraps for me are great for stuffing small projects. Save them in jars. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I saw the idea was somebody had a a jar full of their yarn scraps. Kathleen says, I just can't throw yarn of any kind away. It's painful. It is, because we know how much it costs. And even the tiniest little bits are like gold to us, you know? Like, if we could trade and have an economy based off of yarn. Okay, that's silly, but still, wow. Annalyn says, I usually hold on to every little piece for stuffing and amigurumi. Yep. Mine's in a Walmart bag. We'll have to go to the dollar store and pick up some glass cookie jar container type things. I'm sure there's some pretty ones there. Fill them up and take pictures and show them to everybody. How did you find me, Annalyn? Gabby says, usually I use them for stuffing plushies, yep, or if they're long enough, I'll eventually tie them together for a scrap project. That's what Bonbon was saying. I think it was Bonbon yesterday was saying that she likes to tie them all together and make baskets and bags out of them. That's a good idea. Bonbon. I keep the scraps because I can use them for embroidering eyes, noses, and amigurumi. That's right, you said that too. That's a great idea. Okay, so another question. To finish this sentence, if I can finish this stitch. Weaving in the ends should be Anna says she found me on Yarn Over Hook and a quick Google search. Oh, that's right. I changed my icon on Yarn Over Hook, didn't I? I'm surprised you could see it. The font's so small. So what was the question? Weaving in the ends should be what? Weaving in the ends should be illegal? I don't mind it. I'm going to be one of those positive people that's going to be like, weaving in the ends is my joy of the project. It is the easiest part of the project. Considered torture. Anna says yes. Considered torture. Weaving in ends. I think weaving in ends should be like the finishing touch to a successful project. I had my puppies down. Well, they're not puppies, they're dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down here earlier, and I was going to show them to you all. But then somebody came home and they wanted to go greet them, so they disappeared on me. Sarah says, funny thing is, as you asked that question, I was weaving in ends. Torture. Torture. What about my dream crochet day includes... So what would your dream crochet day be? Would it be shopping? Would it be just relaxing and crocheting? Would it be meeting others? What would your dream crochet day be? Annalyn says, I don't despise them, but they're not my favorite step. I usually do them whenever I need a break from crochet, but don't want to stop crafting. Gotcha. So it's like, it's your last favorite thing to do, is what you're saying. Like when you don't want to stop being crafty, but you don't have enough time to get invested into sitting down for a session. You just tie in ends. Almost done this one for the puff stitches. You know you got to get your nails done when your yarn keeps getting stuck on them, caught on them. A day where my hands don't hurt. Oh, that's interesting. Do your hands hurt when you crochet, Anna? Sarah says, relaxing at home, watching favorite movies while I crochet with a nice glass of water. I was expecting to read wine, not water. I don't know why. I just a nice cold glass of water. I was expecting it to say wine. Bon, my dream crochet day would be crocheting by the lake and a nice cold drink. I am almost there with you, Bon. Right by the lake, on a dock, outside on a beautiful day. But I might want a cup of hot chocolate or a cup of tea instead of something cold. But I'm right there with you. A nice scenic view, peace, a little bit of sunshine, a pleasant breeze, not a cold one, but just a pleasant breeze in the air. Now you got me dreaming, Bon. Sarah, I'm not a drinker. Gotcha. So, Gabby and Anna, what are you guys working on today? Are you crocheting now or just hanging out? Either is fine. All right, that round is done. Almost pulled it through without doing my slip knot. There we go. Do my favorite thing, tying ends. As the crowd goes, That one's better. That one's cute. Those are some big puff stitches though, that's for sure. I just hang out because I have to go to the mall soon, but otherwise I'm working on 3 granny square bag. Nice. When you're done, you'll have to let me know, and you can fill out a form on our website, and I can add it to the Horizon Crochet website. If anybody's got any projects you want to show us so everybody can see what they're working on, if you go to horizoncrochet.com, there's a section on there that you can, it's called Get Projects from the Hook, and you can push the Get Featured button, and I can upload your image to the website. I'll link it here in just a second after I'm done tying in this yarn, this end. Weave it in and out and in. Let me get the link for it. There you go. I think I've got it attached to Nightbot, but I forget what I set up the code for it. So if you go to that link, there's a section on there, and anybody can do this at any time. Send and fill out the little form. Scroll down a little bit towards the end of the web page. It's a one-page web page, so there's no getting lost or anything. Click on the button that says Get Featured, and it'll just ask you a few basic questions, and then I can put it up on the website for you. I'd love to, for a few reasons, but one is because right now there's a lot of stock photos on there, because as I've said before, I've gifted a lot of my projects and I didn't take very good pictures of them, or I didn't save the pictures, or etc., etc. So I would love to get our community's pictures on there, so it's all us. It's not just about me, but all of us. And that one. Puff stitches are now done on this one. And I didn't weave in the second one though, did I? I guess I have to. I know some people save all their ends to weave in till the end, but I just don't like all the dangling pieces, the dangling bits. And yes, I'm talking about yarn. But I just like it nice and clean and neat as I'm crocheting. And the nice thing about this pattern is that there's lots of places to weave in your ends and they don't look bulky and messy. So yeah, I think my live days will be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, as weekends are just super busy for us. And I'll time them around everybody else's programs because I don't want to miss out on my favorite YouTubers too and their times. Barb's, yours is the best because nobody I follow is around your time, so I finish every day with Barb. Kathleen says, I can't save ends until the end. I have to do it as I go. Yeah, me too. Me too. Except for this one. I will save this one because as I do in the round, this little hole gets bigger and bigger as it goes. So I like to keep this one just so I can tighten it up at the very end before I weave it in. So that went faster than I thought it would. We've got these and these done. Time to make some light blue center ones. I keep mine unwoven until I'm sure I'm not going to need to frog. Usually I have 3/4 of the way through the blanket. And I've been bitten before, weaving too soon, then fighting to frog the woven ends. That's what I did yesterday, Sarah. I cut one of my ends way too short, didn't weave it in enough times, and then it came undone, and then I tried to save it, and I thought I had it, and then I went, yeah. Anyway, ended up frogging it all. So I'm with you there. I do understand that. Annalyn's asking around what time? For Barb's live? Is that what you're talking about? Grandma Crochet Corner? She goes live at 9 p.m. every day. You know, if Barb's not gone live one day, the world has shook or something like that. What am I doing? Magic circle. That's what we're doing. Is that what you're referring to, Anna? Wow, it threaded already. There we go. Tighten that up a little bit. No, you're live. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Oh. Well, Grandma's Crochet Corner is really good too. She starts at 9. My lives will probably be at different times. Monday and Friday, it'll probably be around 6 p.m. like today. And then Wednesday, it'll be after Sammy around 7:30, around that time. And I'm going to try that schedule out, see how it works. It might be adjusted because, you know, that work-life thing. But that's what I'm going to start with. See how it works out. Anna started to crochet around the same time I did, and she is blowing me out of the water, ladies. She is fantastic. Before I was helping her learn, now she can teach me how to learn different things. You should post that mushroom that you made, Anna. Excuse me, I still have a little bit of a stuffy nose. Now, do you all center pull or do you take from the outside? I guess it depends on how much yarn barf bothers you. I go from the outside because yarn barf infuriates me. It starts my projects off like the last thing I want to do when I'm ready to start a brand new project is fight yarn barf. I prefer center. Do you notice some yarns are better about the yarn barf than others? I should count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. 13. 14. Gonna knock out these last double crochets real quick. 15. 16, I think. Let's count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. I prefer the center, and I take the outside so I can use my yarn spinner, like the thing that unravels slowly. Yeah, gotcha. All right, let's see if my magic circle is going to pull together nicely. Sometimes it says nope, and then, oh, that was fast. That was almost too easy. I know the next one's going to be a bear. Then slip knot them together. And through. Nice. Weave in more ends. What about, oh, I didn't ever answer. My dream crochet day includes, morning would start with breakfast out. Might as well go for my dream day or my dream relaxing day. Morning breakfast out, then go to Michael's, maybe go across the border to go Hobby Lobby, do a little yarn shopping, sit down, chit chat with friends, a small group of people together crocheting, and then go home and then crochet some more. That's the perfect. And I don't have to frog anything, and everything works out perfectly. And I don't lose my hook. That's the perfect day when everything stays in place, my stitch markers don't disappear, all that kind of stuff. That would be. The best excuse to buy yarn is, how about that one? What's the best excuse to buy yarn? You can't just say, oh, I have to gift somebody. What's the best reason? Or what's the most ridiculous reason? I like that better. What's the most ridiculous reason you justified buying yarn? I think for me, the most ridiculous reason I bought yarn, or I justified it, buying yarn, was, wow, I just thought it was pretty. And I just wanted it. Didn't have any plans for it. And I just saw it. And it was in my way. It jumped off the aisle at me and hit me in the head. And it said, you have to take me home. That's my most ridiculous reason why I buy yarn. They jump right off the aisle, I'm telling you. Barb says, new season means new colors. Yes. I love that. New season, new colors. Anna, forgetting how much I have. Well, I feel like I contribute to that, Anna. Most of the yarn I get and I don't like I'll buy yarn because I think it looks really pretty, and then I get it home and it either itches my hands or I don't like it, ends up in Anna's stash. Alright, I'm almost done tying in this end. And then I'm going to pull out the variegated yarn and see how it looks up against this blue. Come on. There we go. Cut this a little shorter because I don't need it that long. It's on sale. Yes, it's on sale. I don't need a reason other than it's on sale. Running out during a project I can never set aside to finish later. It causes anxiety. Yes. Running out during a project and I can never set aside. I get that. That's great. I got a new yarn winder and I painted it and everything, and you would think I would use it, but I don't. I'll use it the next time. These yarn skeins are huge though, so that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Back onto the puff stitches for this color. Let's see how it goes. Come on now. There we go. Nope, I fibbed. It popped right out. All right, yarn over and then go into and around. There we go, that's the step I was forgetting. I love that we have so many different groups of experience here. Like you have new people like Anna and I, and then you've got people that have been doing it forever. Forever. That's a great number. For years, years and years. Hey, Foncella. Good to see you. I know this isn't the time zone I told you it would be, traditionally. But the early morning hours were just not working out for me. Good to see you. Funchella was there with me on my very first day, my very first live. She was there with me when I was going through my struggles with my camera and my mic. She was there for it all. Funchella, I think we're going to do Mondays, Wednesdays after 7:30, and Fridays. I think that's going to work best for me in my schedule. Well, this puff stitch is not working. Let's unravel it, redo it. So let's try another one. The best kind of yarn is, how would you finish that statement? The best kind of yarn is, I think mine is a no-brainer. I think everybody's going to know what mine is. What is your version of the best kind of yarn? I have actually got my hook stuck in here. Have you ever heard of that before? There we go. Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Any kind of info like Red Heart. Gotcha. So you're a Red Heart fan? Kathleen says soft yarn. Very nice. Yeah, anytime you have soft yarn, it just feels good to yarn, to crochet with or knit with. I love this yarn at Hobby Lobby. Affordable and soft. Does it have like a name, Barb? Anna Lynn says she likes acrylic. Nothing wrong with that. Dash, hi Dash, good to see you. Bamboo and cotton. That's something I haven't tried yet. I've seen bamboo yarn on sale, but I have not tried it yet. Is it, I just imagine it being kind of scratchy because, well, bamboo's kind of, what is it like, Dash? One, two, three, four, five. It's called I Love This Yarn. Funchella says I love that yarn too. I Love This Yarn is the name. Nice. Anna Lynn says the same. I'm a sucker for Lion Brand woolies. I don't know. I just struggle with anything different than that. And hello, need to get some yarn and hooks yet. I can help you with that, Tammy, if you like. I know you're in the middle of bunch of stuff going on. You might not want more stuff shipped to you, but if you want, I can totally hook you up. Tammy, oh, yep. Very soft. I'm going to have to check out that. I love this yarn. And that's Hobby Lobby. I think I've seen it at Hobby Lobby the last time I took a trip to the States. It's interesting, when I went to Hobby Lobby, they didn't have any of the brands I normally see, but they had this B brand. Is that any good as well, in your lady's opinion? Haha, Anna, that's great. Hook you up. I will hook you up, Tammy. Fonchella, yes. Yeah. I like also like I do like Burnett baby blanket. Um I'm going to be making my next project out of that as well. I bought it today. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's kind of like a sage green, a beigeish tan, and white. I don't remember if I decided on the cream white vanilla or if I decided to go with the bright white. But I will show you on Wednesday. Tammy says, that would be amazing. Thank you. I'm at my son's getting ready for the big moving day. I might not be at Grandma's house tonight. Okay, Tammy. I know you got a lot going on. When is the big moving day? Let me put my email in here, Tammy, and you can email me and I'll get your information. There we go. Hey, I'm really sorry I have to go now. Hope you guys have a good rest of the live. Thanks, Anna, for stopping by. You made my day, my night, my evening, my day. It was great. You surprised me. You snuck up on me. I'm telling you, these young kids can't hide nothing from them. Have a good evening, Anna. Yeah, Tammy, send me an email and we'll chat and we'll get you set up. Hey everyone, don't forget to give a thumbs up if you're enjoying. Thank you, Fonchella. I always forget. But I actually have almost 30 subscribers now. I was surprised. I woke up this morning and my live yesterday had like 35 views on it. I was like, woohoo! Progress. Just progress. I don't expect a big explosion or anything. I'm just happy with slow progress. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Francella, I learned how to do a puff stitch this week. So that's what I've been working on. Alright, I think I'm going to finish up this round of puff stitches, and then I think I'm going to go start dinner. If you're around tonight at 9 o'clock, Barb, Grandma Crochet Corner, has a live, and she crochets almost all night long, and she provides a lot of entertainment and good knowledge on all kinds of topics. I would check it out. She's probably one of the most dependable people I know. All right, one more question, and then I'm going to finish up this round. Here's one for Barb. That's perfect for Barb. Crocheting at night is basically what? What is crocheting at night to you? Is it how you start your relaxing time? Is it because it's keeping you up at night? Is it because you have to do something with your hands to keep them occupied? Crocheting at night keeps me out of the refrigerator. That's mine. Crocheting at night, because I'm a nighttime snacker. I love snacks at night. But since I've started to crochet, I've cut down on that. And also, since listening to Barb, I'm making better choices when I do snack. Keeps me from snacking all night. Yep. Crocheting at night is a given, Sarah says. Crocheting at night is a good way to unwind. Gabby, I agree 110%. I will have to check you out, Grandma Crochet Corner. Yeah, Barb is great. She has a whole fan club. We need to get you like a Discord button or a YouTube button that says #1 Barb fan. Barb's #1 fan. Crocheting at night relaxes me. Yeah, me too. That's why one of the reasons I started to get into it. One was because somebody introduced me to amigurumi. And I was like, oh my goodness, I want to do that. I want to make all the stuffies. And then the other reason was it's just really relaxing, right? And it's a great way to unwind from your busy day, or even get you started in the morning before the chaos begins. Yeah. Grandma's Crochet Corner, they talk about all kinds of things there. They are very well rounded. They'll talk about health and books, music, crochet. Barb is a huge advocate for the carnivore lifestyle as well. And if you want motivations to get out and walk, Barb is all about it. On Friday nights, she has a live at 7 p.m. that is more specifically around crochet. She and Debbie. I'm just telling all your business here, Barb. I'm all for it. Funchella's great. Barb's channel is actually one of the places that I met Kathleen through Yarn Over Hook. which is an amazing community. And then I saw Kathleen and Barb's channel. I'm like, oh, okay, Kathleen's here. This must be a pretty cool place. Lord, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Kathleen, it's all your fault. And now I'm a true addict. I did send you an email. Great, Tammy. After I make dinner, I'll sit down and take a look and email you. All right. I think this is done. Let me count my stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There it be. I don't think that looks too bad together. There's not much of a color difference, but it still looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. Let me slip stitch and connect these and then tie off this end. I'll accept that blame. Kathleen and I have run into each other in several different YouTube channels, different people's stomping grounds. Any plans for the rest of the night for everybody? For those of you that it will be night for? Yes, quite a few. Yeah, we bumped into each other at Creative Grandma's and Kelsey's and Barb's. And of course, Yarn Over Hook. Sarah, sleep for me, I hope. Yeah, you need to get some rest, Sarah. You should be able to sleep. I don't know about you, but when I can't sleep one night, the next night, I'm exhausted and the body just kind of takes over and the brain can't compete anymore. And I usually sleep amazingly after that night of not sleeping. I hope the same for you. Dash will be at Barb's Live. Yep, me too, Dash. It's part of my daily routine now, being at Barb's. Gabby, gotta finish some work stuff first, but after that I'm making some plushies for the hospital donations. Oh, nice. Is that part of a different group that you're doing that with, or are you just donating those as your individually yourself, Gabby? All right, so we got the puff stitches around 4 today. I'll take that as a win, and I didn't have to frog anything today, so that's another win. I will accept it. And on Wednesday, if I don't get it done before then, I'll do the next round and start measuring them to see if they're going to fit on the canvas tote that I have. Because I'm planning on making mine out of turning it into a tote instead of a blanket. Gabby, a local group, were making characters from a book called Paco Tel. Oh my goodness, I'm going to say that wrong. Paco Tel Chiguero, and taking them to the Children's Hospital this weekend. That is amazing, Gabby. That sounds exciting. Will you let me spotlight one of your amigurumi stuffies that you make on our website? I would love to show it off and tell everybody the program that you are doing it for. If you're interested, go to this link and scroll down to the bottom, and there's a section there that says be featured, and I would love to get all the stock photos off my webpage and get them all from people in the community. I think that would be amazing to show yours off if you're up for it. No pressure though. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We had some furls news, and which I thought was interesting. And if I hear anything more about the furls metal streamline hooks and how they said they may get them back in stock, I will be in touch and keep you guys in the loop, because I will be devastated if they stop making those hooks. Well, not devastated. I'll survive, but I will be seriously disappointed, because I really love those hooks a lot. They're my favorite. But I will keep you up to date, and I will see you Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'll probably go live around 7:30, a little bit later. Until then, thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, ladies, and I will see you tonight at Barb's if you're there. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you, ladies. Bye.